Hello, my name is Radina Ignatova, professional nail expert and nail educator. In this video, I will show you how to safely soak off gel polish at home, and this method also works in a salon setting. So we're going to need a manual hand file. I'm going to use grit 180, a orange wood stick, acetone, and some tin foil. You can use these ones that are pre-made. So all you're going to need is starting by filing off the top coat. You must break the top coat for the order that the acetone can penetrate into the gel polish and melt it. So it doesn't matter if you go back and further while you're doing this movement, as we are not filing natural nail. Ideally, you want to start by starting by the free edge towards the cuticle, like I'm showing you just now, just in case something gets caught onto the file, like that chip that I just showed you earlier on. So you want to clean in between, as I'm dusting off sometimes. This is going to allow you to see much better. It's just repeating the same process all over, using the softer side of the hand file. This is 180 grit again, starting from the free edge towards the cuticle area. And all you do is you want to file 5 to 10% maximum of the gel polish. You do not want to go any deeper. We do not want to see natural nail showing up with this method, because I have seen a lot of clients coming into my salon with damaged nails from home removals, and they do not realize that they're overfiling their natural nail. They do not know when to stop. So that's why I'm saying 5 to 10% maximum. You want to break that top coat, and ideally only going into the second layer of that gel polish, no more further than that. We do not want any shiny bits like the ones that I'm just going to point with my orange wood stick. We want to see everything mattified and full, because all it's going to happen if you leave those shiny bits, the acetone, it's not going to melt those ones, and it's just going to take a lot longer, and you would have to file more afterwards. We are going to see in a moment how this should look like once we're buffed off the gel polish completely, and to what extent we want to go deep. And I'm repeating again, we do not want to see any natural nail poking through while doing this method, simply because if you're a home user, you do not know when to stop. So this is how ideally we want to see them. And here I have my cotton wool with my acetone, and I'm just pumping. You do not want acetone dripping off the cotton. You only want enough so it's wet. So all you do is placing it onto the nail, unwrapping it as a candy, and the excess that I'm showing just now goes on top of the nail, so it heats up and speeds up the process. So here you will see I have some red cat eye on top of black. So I have buffed only the cat eye. I do not go any deeper than that. So you're going to want to squeeze these foils and repeat the whole process onto every single nail. And depending on your brand by manufacturer, ideally you want to keep them on for about 20 minutes. If you would like to use those plasticky clips, that's okay as well. It's just the same, but keeping in mind that the foil is going to speed up the process. So I have waited 20 minutes, and this is how you want the nails to look like. So it crumbles. You can see the crumbly bits. It just flakes off, and when you start scraping with your orange wood stick, it should feel soft and it should come off quite easily without any force. If you feel like you would have to force it to come off, always put back those soaked cotton wool with some acetone. You can put back the same ones that you just used. Why I am saying to use the orange wood stick is simply because it's not metal, so we do not want to use any metal while scraping gel polish off, because sometimes you can't scrape off layers from the nail, and metal, it's not advisable. Cotton, always orange wood stick, it's recommended using this for safe removal. And I am going around the corners, getting all of the small bits off. And again, if you do feel like you would have to fold some of the bits, put back those tint foils and wait another couple of minutes until it's all melts. Here I am taking a cotton pad simply with acetone, and I'm just going to remove, while the gel polish is still soft, all of those small bits that I had remaining. It just gives you, it's optional, it just gives you a cleaner and nicer look. And you can see this one, it's flaking quite nicely, and it comes off quite easily. You can't use a small brush just to clean up anything from the nail, so you can't see better. So you can see, you can turn the finger as you can see better. And I'm just doing the same, cotton pad soaked with acetone. I'm just taking anything that's left, any residue, and small bits of the gel polish, the color. And you can go back while it's still soft and gently scrape off any small bits that are remained onto the nail bed. And I am just going to repeat the same process all over again on all fingers. So let's recap what we have done so far. We filed off, we only broke the top coat 5 to 10% max. If you do see any natural nail poking through, stop and do not touch that part anymore. Then we have waited, depending on the brand that you guys are using, it's typically minimum 20 minutes the wait. It should say in your manufacturer, what is the recommended soak off time, but typically 20 minutes it will be enough if you have broke the top coat quite nicely to start the process. Then we are using orange root stick to gently scrape off only the melted gel polish. We do not want to force anything. And optional, we are using cotton pad that has acetone just to remove any excess gel polish, any residue or any small bits that I have left. That step is completely optional. We can use either tin foils that are pre-made, the ones that I am using in this video. You can cut small pieces from cotton pad and use those plastic clips, but keeping in mind that tin foil is always going to speed up the process when you turn the excess, like I showed you, on top of the nail. You can, if you do not have those pre-made ones, you can use kitchen foil, but it's not thick enough and it's not going to create the same heat. It's just going to slow down the process just a little. But if you do not have those pre-made ones, it's completely fine just using what you have at home already. So you can do either or, just keeping in mind that the specialized ones are made of slightly thicker tin foil that is going to speed up the process just slightly, but anything is doable if you do not have any of them. One of them mentioned, you can use any of the options that I am giving you. So I am on to the last nail, gently scraping off, dusting off so I can see what is happening. And those nails are going to be very dry afterwards, so we want to use some cuticle oil to bring the moisture back onto the nails. You can tidy them up, and you can do your cuticles or whatever you're going to do, or leave that to the professional afterwards. But it's quite important to bring that moisture because the acetone, it is quite drying for your skin, and the nail, you're going to see how whitish and dried my nails are going to look like after the whole process. This is completely normal. You can wash your hands just to remove any dust, anything that's left, and put your cuticle oil and you are ready to go. So this is how a natural nail, healthy, safe removal should look like. Don't worry about small bits that I'm pointing out. This is just a base coat, which is quite advisable to leave sometimes without buffing. That is going to go on its own quite easily. If you have found this video helpful, make sure that you subscribe and like this video. It's going to help other people to learn proper and safe techniques. For professional nail education, you can visit artistictouchnailacademy.com, and for free nail education, visit thenailwiki.com. I am Radina, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.